You see the fuel filter takes a 17 on one end and then a 17 on the other end. It's a lot easier to do this whole job if you take this whole intake off, but I know not everyone wants to do all the work to take an intake off. I'm just have it here for representation. Say your intake is on. I think it's really hard, you know, to get your top bolt, which will be right there, and your bottom bolt, which is ultimately right there. What I've seen people do is take the wheel well off, and then this thing here actually comes off, so you can actually come in from the side and you can get easy oil filter, but especially for fuel filter too. So just know, if you do have a 22RE and you don't have the access like this, you always can just take this panel off with the tire, and that will make it easier for you. I'm just gonna take it off just easily. So I mean, I cracked this one loose, no problem. I cracked this one already with this. I just use standard setup here, just 12, and you know, just easy peasy lemon squeezy. And I'm just gonna continue doing that. So as you can see, fuel filter is out. Fuel filter was there. Now fuel filter not there. The fuel filter right here. Notice the direction is pointing back towards the car. It may seem confusing, but you want it this way because this pipe back here is the one which goes into your fuel rail. And this was the one that you want actually having the filtered stuff go through and then go to this line, which is then going to the fuel rail. A little deceiving, but truth be told, it is the way it's supposed to go. And I'm just gonna quickly put this on, and then you get to see the end result of that. So yeah. So new fuel filter is in. As you can see, I got my banjo washers in there. As you can see, banjo. Make sure you got your banjos. Talking about banjos, you don't gotta tighten your bolts on both sides of the outer space. You just gotta tighten them enough so those banjos sit flushly, and you crush them a little bit, and then maybe a little extra 1-2 just for proper tightening. I tightened the top ones and the bottom of the retainer of the fuel filter also quite well. And note for anyone doing it, and just what I had to do, I had to get this line not over top of this, but underneath it in a way that it could come back up to the fuel rail when, you know, it's time to insert it on the fuel rail. Talking about fuel rail, talking about inserting it. Ooh. Don't pay attention to that. No, that is a hard line, and that's just protective rubber. This is my fuel rail. My fuel rail is disgusting. That's your regulator. Vacuum goes on the top here to regulate. Fuel, I believe, does return in the system, so there is a return line. This will be return, but the fuel will link up to right here. That line, the end of that line will go right here. And you can see my injectors are already hard pressed on here. If you truly look at my injectors, they're actually dirty. These injectors only have about 200 kilometers on them, so they don't have many kilometers, but they've been sitting. So you can see even this one's gained a little bit just of surface debris, surface rust, but the pintles and the insides should be okay. But I am going to clean them, and I'll take you along for the cleaning process. I'll just show you what I do. But I feel as though if I want to focus on the fuel system, that'll be my next issue. But before I can even go on the fuel, I'll take you back to the truck. this is just a short continuation on the fuel filter replacement. It's now not even close to the time that I filmed, but I wanted to add some additional context to how the layout of the line was, just for anyone else who is, you know, figuring out these problems. So in the video, I actually had it where I had not even my manifold hooked up, and here I am now with the manifold all nicely hooked up. You can see my injectors. I talked about cleaning the injectors. I didn't clean the pintles, so I don't have a video to show you about cleaning the pintles, but all I really did was make sure I cleaned the bushings, and then I made sure I just had them clean and lubricated, so I put everything on evenly. But what I really want to focus on is the line, and the line, as you can see, the one back on the back. I don't think I can get a correct view with the camera. Maybe if I really get down there and move this line out of the way. This one is the one on the rear of the filter, and it comes up around and situated just like this and just like so. And that was important, and that's what killed a lot of time for me, and frustration and anger, because I didn't remember exactly how it went. So just having this illustration, you know, will help you figure out how to move it. And that's all I really want to add, not too much more. Just make sure, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean,